The angels are singing, worshiping and praising the Most High with the very oldest language on the face of this very earth, the Igbo language. And that's how I'm going to pray. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọ bụla ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọ bụla ya bụ ọka aka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etuga eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ndị gboo wee tuo oge ebighị ebi. Onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịghị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. N'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt, kwetu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtụ na-eji ama mgbe niile. N'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị, anyị onwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe nwanyị akpụ isi ala nye, ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasisi wee gbaa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikonye ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onwe onye kere, na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara ebi nke a na-arịọ gị. Ise.
Thank you so much for joining on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from around the world. Wherever you are joining me from, I thank you so much for your contributions on my channel. Thank you for all your comments on my channel. Please, each time when you watch my video, as I always say, if you are just subscribing for the first time, always give your comments. Give your comment, make your contributions in the comment section. It's very important. That is where we communicate. That is where we learn from each other. That is where we share our views and share our experiences. We can learn a lot from the comment section. That is why each time you watch my video, go to the comment section and put down your comment. You can make your contributions. If you know how we can improve the moments that we are in, if you know have any suggestions to give on the program that we are presenting, give it on the comment section. It's all welcome. I appreciate you. And if you have not subscribed and you're just coming for the first time, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload my video. You will be among the first to receive it. Remember, in this channel, we discuss everything that has to do with the southern part of Nigeria, the southeast, more especially the Oduduwa and the Biafrans. Those are the people I focus on this very channel. I talk about the situation of Nigeria, everything that has to do with the things happening in that contraption called Nigeria, the intimidation that is happening upon the Oduduwans and those Biafrans. That is what I discuss about on this channel. And we are not hating on anybody. We are not preaching hate speech. All we are saying, live and let's live. That is the message we have. We are preaching the message of freedom, a message that everybody have the right to be free. We all have the right to be free and practice whatever we want to practice. We don't want to be intimidated by any means possible. All we are asking is for freedom. That is all. We are not talking down on anybody. We are not cussing out on anybody. And we are not preaching hate speech on anybody. All we are asking is for our freedom. Referendum. That is the way. We are bringing the message to you once again. The message that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have led for us. You know, our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we can never have enough of him. And we cannot stop talking about him because he is the person that brought us to the stage where we are today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that brought us to the stage where we are today. So, there is no broadcast that we made without mentioning of the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you are tired of hearing the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you must be tired of my video. But I am going to be here for too long, and I will continue to call the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in every of my video because he is the reason why I am broadcasting. He is the reason why I'm broadcasting because he has brought light to us for us to be able to demand that which is right. I talk about him all the time, and I talk about our brother Sunday Igboho also. Sunday Igboho, as you all know, have taken the challenge in Oduduwa land. Taking the challenge in Oduduwa land and carrying everybody along. Before now, it was very difficult for people to come out in the open and talk about the Oduduwa movement. But now, Sunday Igboho have taken that courage to come out and gather support. You can see many of his rallies. A lot of people came out it is very convincing that every person from the southwestern part of Nigeria, a Yoruba, is following up with Oduduwa. It doesn't matter those ones who are pretending. Few of them who are in politics, who are pretending for their selfish interests. Don't mind those ones. We are talking about the real people on ground. They are all supporting Oduduwa. Likewise, the same way in the southeastern part of Nigeria, the old southeastern part of Nigeria, the southeastern region, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have woken up every individual in that very aspect of Nigeria, and they are all talking about Biafra. They are all waiting for that nation called Biafra. The Oduduwas are waiting for that nation called Oduduwa. And these two nations must emerge. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what the Janjaweed do. It doesn't matter how the Fulani Caliphate plan their games. They can never succeed. The time is up. The time is up. You can see from the onset, we have been trying as much as possible to expose them through the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have given us a lot of expose. So many things we do not know about this caliphate. But now, everything is coming to light. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told you about the fraudulent activities of these people, that the Fulani Janjaweed do not mean well for any one of us. They don't want us to succeed. All they want us is to be slave. They want to enslave everybody in that very contraption called Nigeria. They want to enslave everybody and put themselves on top. This plan have been coming from the onset, from their so-called forefather, Othman Dan Fodio. Othman Dan Fodio planted this seed of hatred against Nigeria indigenous people. He planted the seed of hatred against the Nigerian indigenous tribe when he came into Nigeria. When he came in, he first of all started with the Hausas. The Hausas thought it was about religion. It wasn't about religion. He came with their own version of religion. A version of Islam that belongs to the Fulanis. A version of Islam that enjoys in killing people and taking the life of people. That was what Othman Dan Fodio brought to the Hausas. They thought he was for good. He engineered the Hausas to kill their leaders, kill all their rulers, kill all their chiefs. Today, we cannot have any chief of the Hausa. We cannot have anybody in Hausa ruling except the emirs who are Fulanis. The emirs of the Fulanis have taken charge of the whole northern part of Nigeria, and they are in charge in every part of the north. Today, the Hausa people are decimated. They don't have a voice. They don't even have a land of their own anymore. They don't have a land of their own anymore. As you all know, the three major tribes we have in Nigeria is Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba, with so many other tribes. But the three major tribes are Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. But today, the Fulanis, who we don't know where they come from, are forcing themselves into that three major tribe instead of Hausa, pushing the Hausas away. They have even succeeded in pushing the Hausa away. Each time, formerly they were calling themselves Hausa Fulani, Hausa Fulani, Hausa. But today, they have detached themselves from that very Hausa. Today, they are calling themselves Fulani. These people are so fraudulent that if you are not watchful, you will not know how fraudulent they are. And each time they are coming, they come with religion. Each time you see them, they are the people that pretend to be very, very religious. The Fulanis, they pretend to be very, very religious. But inside that very religion you think they are preaching, they are pursuing their agenda, which is the Fulanization. You can see, for those of you who cannot remember, a governor, a sitting governor from Bauchi State governor, came to tell you that Fulanis do not have any other identity except being Fulani. And that is what they are protecting. That is why they want to bring all their brothers from all over Africa and settle them in Nigeria. The governor told us this. He said it on national television, and many people have forgotten. People are going about their business activity. It is not a joke. Whatever agenda Fulani is pushing today, they can follow it for millions of years. They will never stop. You can imagine when Othman Dan Fodio started this very attack to dip the Quran into the ocean, to dip his own version of Quran into the ocean. That message they are still carrying up to today. Even the unborn one, the ones in the womb, are still following that message. And you think it's a joke. It is not a joke. And the most important thing you have to watch out, when you see them come out, they will begin to come out with the issue of religion. They come out with the issue of corruption, claiming to be saints. But these people are corrupt to the core. When you come to Nigeria, the most corrupt politicians we have in Nigeria, the most corrupt people we have in Nigeria are the Fulanis. The Fulanis are the reason why Nigeria can never succeed. They are the reason why Nigeria is poor today. And the funniest is that they don't know what to make, how to use the money and what to do with it. These people can steal as much as possible, but they will never invest that money on anything. Their life is just like when you see them carrying their cow. Just like the governor of Kano State said. The governor of Kano State, you remember one of his brokers, he said, that the Fulani man whom you see trekking from place to place is carrying a mobile bank. Calculate the amount they sell that cow, and each cow, how much it costs. You will know that the Fulanis are carrying about a mobile bank. Somebody carrying about a mobile bank yet cannot feed himself, yet cannot live a better life, yet cannot live in a decent home. This is the kind of mentality they have. Even those of them who are educated, that is why they steal as much as possible. Even after stealing, they cannot invest that money. Watch that message from Kano State Governor.
We have to take some drastic measures. Otherwise, we are just scratching the problem on the back. We must understand these issues. There are ECOWAS problems. As of now, there are ECOWAS problems. So through ECOWAS, there must be a means of either registering the cattle that are coming into Nigeria or preventing the movement of cattle into Nigeria. That is a fact, because they come with weapons. Initially, they were coming with weapons to protect themselves from the clash with the farmers. But now they've taken advantage, coming with weapons that they sell into the country, a part of using the weapons to commit crime. That is one herdsman that we must look into. Two, there are herdsmen that are coming from the northern part of this country to the middle belt to the southern part of the country. It's the same problem, because there's always conflict across the country. And the way I describe the herdsman is that a herdsman in Nigeria has not succeeded in fighting poverty, and poverty has not succeeded in fighting the herdsman. Why do I say that? The herdsman who goes about with hundreds of cattle, looking at the cost of cattle, he's going with a mobile bank. So you cannot call him a poor man. But looking at his body, looking at the type of dresses, the dresses that he puts, the shoes that he wears, his body, you cannot call him a rich man. He's exactly a poor man. Somebody who can trek from Kano to Ogun State, you cannot call him a rich man, he's a poor man. So the movement by trekking from northern part of this country to the southern part of this country must be stopped. If we need peace with the farmers, but if we are led by sentiments, ethnic sentiments, herdsmanship must change from tradition to commercial herdsmanship. It must translate to commercial, not to tradition. Those days are gone. I know some of the members of the Miete Allah Association may not be happy with my statement, but I have to make it. I am Fulani man. Myself, like them, I learned Hausa in primary school.
Even though this Kano State Governor is also a Fulani, remember the mobile bank man, the man who uses his bodyguard to make a bank, whom the CCTV captured him where he was taking a bribe, stealing money. He is the one talking. So he knows themselves very well. He is part of it. These people can steal as much as possible, but the funniest is that they don't know what to do with the money. They will never invest it. They can never invest that money in anything meaningful. That they are the people you see when you see they discover money here, they discover money here, this money. They are the people who can dig ground and put money. The money will rot them, they will throw it away. They will never use it. These are the mentality of the Fulanis. If not, these are the people who have been in control of Nigeria from independence to date. They have stolen a lot of funds, a lot of money. The whole wealth in Nigeria is in their hand. Yet, they are the poorest people, poverty capital of the world. The Fulani people. They still, look at Buhari. Buhari has been stealing money from Nigeria. From onset, he has been stealing. From the time he was a military president, he has been stealing, even before then. After then, he was still stealing as PTF governor. He was still stealing. Up till now that he's the president, he is still stealing. But with all this money that Buhari have stolen from Nigeria, have you had any investment that is owned by Buhari? Has you have any investment that they say Buhari invested money on society and society? Buhari did that. There has never been anything in the name of Buhari where he established anything to better the life of others. This is the man they call Mr. Integrity. But they will see them, they will present themselves as somebody who have integrity, they don't steal. But when you talk of stealing, these people are the people who steal foolishly. They steal and they do not know what to do with the money. That is the funniest thing. They will steal and keep the money to rotten and destroy, they throw it away. That is the mentality of Fulani. That is why there is no way the South can be able to live with this kind of set of people. This is their lifestyle and you cannot change it. You cannot change it. That is why a president will still be telling you of grazing route in 21st century. These are people who don't want to improve. Remember, this very Buhari had 50 cows right from time when he was a military president. He has 50 cows. After then, his 50 cow rebel. When he came to contest as a civilian president, he still has 50 cows. There is no increase. That is to show you that there's nothing good comes out of these people. Nothing good comes out of it because they don't have any improvement. Since he became the president, he has never gone to school to improve himself. He has never gone to any school to attend any course. This is somebody who did not even have a person cease. Even after the country has favored him to reach that height, he could not even develop himself to improve himself in any way. His mates went back to school. Even Obasanjo, the fellow criminal, went back to school to improve himself. But Buhari never go back to school one day. He never went to any class again. All he is depending on is on Nigerian wealth. He has been stealing and stealing. This man, all his children studied abroad. All his children for A to Z, they studied abroad up to date. Most of them are still living abroad. His wife is living in Dubai as we speak. The imposter wife is living in Dubai. In as much as we know that the man is dead already. He is dead. But Britain has followed them to cover up the death of this man. Britain helped them to cover up the death of this man. Say they are parading somebody an imposter to be Buhari. Buhari, we all know, is a fundamentalist, and there is no way Buhari will be alive, and Buhari will allow his wife to be in another country, and he himself will be in another country. It doesn't happen anyway. Buhari will never accept that. Buhari, who told us that his wife belonged in the kitchen, all of a sudden his wife now belongs to Dubai. All of a sudden his wife now belongs to Dubai. Somebody who told us that he will not even allow his wife to be a first lady. Now his wife is based on Dubai, and some people are still pushing it and think it's all right. It is not all right. These Fulanis, we have nothing in common with them, and we have to do away with them. To show you that these Fulanis do not mean well, look at the case, the present case that we are looking at now, the present case of Abba Kyari. Even before Abba Kyari, you saw that of Magu. Magu stole as much as he can, with lies and all sorts of things. Nothing was done to him. This was somebody who was supposed to fight corruption. Somebody who was supposed to fight corruption. They just retired him. Even promoted, not even retired, they promoted him. Now we are talking of Abba Kyari, the man they have used him to be killing all the Southerners. Abba Kyari used SARS to kill many youths in the South, decimated many Southerners, and they are no place to be found today. Some of you think that when we talk about the crimes of Abba Kyari, you think it's a joke. I'm going to play for you a video of a confession of somebody whom Abba Kyari wanted to wipe away the family. They killed the brother of the person. After killing the brother, they seized the property, and still they want to kill the whole of the family. Watch the confession of the man to the press.
Inubani na henweta lugo to kam se na batago pompom n'oge ihe omume anyị gbe ekpebie na bịa logo naanị n'ozisa 96.1 FM Owerri. Tupu anyị nabata ụmụnne anyị ndị National Orientation Agency n'ụtụtụ a enwere m mkpesa nwanne anyị nwoke chọrọ ime. Mkpesa dị oke mkpa na ọchịchị steeti Imo nụrụ ya. Mkpesa dị oke mkpa na onye isi ndị uwe ojii na steeti Imo nụrụ ya. Mkpesa dịkwa na oke mkpa na ndị human rights nụrụ ya n'ụtụtụ a. Nwanne ndewo na ịnọna. Gwa na anyị ahụ unu tinye ọnụ na mic. Yes. Why again?
I'm Okoronkwo Uche Levi. I'm
Mr. Emmanuel Okoronkwo.
Gani kọwara anyị megan.
No sonkwa ndị Igbo nwe m biko no. Ya wo nsogbu anyị nwere na 2018 Jenụwarị ndị uwe ojii SARS gburu nwanne nwoke wụ Collins Okoronkwo ka ama Imoni. Kemgbe 2018 ahụ ndị uwe ojii abịara bịa anyị arrest ugboro abụọ ndị SARS abịara jikọta the whole of my family si na nwanne nwoke ozi abụrụ ibugara na FMC asị na all known cops amazi m known cops abịa na-eji the whole family ejicha the whole family jicha anyị akpọrọ anyị gaa ebe anyị na-amaghị ebe ụga m na SARS Enugu mụ na ọpara nne m ndeke nwaanyị akpọrọkwa ha ga ebe a na-ama anyị jikwa ego beelụ nwaanyị eji m 300,000 ka eji ọpara nne m ji beelụ m. So since that time rute ugbu a anyị achaji anyị to court anyị nọkwa na court ugbu a na Abakari abịachila back to Owerri. Abakari bịara Owerri bịa buru case file from the SARS si na ozi mata ya kemgbe a rute ugbu a Abakari ekwebedi family anyị zuru ike. Abakari bịara Owerri ịchụ ndị unknown gunmen onye dịrị ya ọ na ihe chọrọzi ya family Okoronkwo kemgbe Sunday anyị ezubeghị ike otu kemgbe Sunday asabe ma ọ na agbaga m ọsọ pụta jọs m nụrụkwa mkpụcha ahụhụ ụjọ mana mgbe m nwa apụta na ihu geeti m ma agba brek. Nwanne nwoke wụ Imoni kpatara ego we police officer ya resign ya mee travel lọta kpata ezigbote ego kpata tupu ha ebido ogo sai na eweta 20 million naira agwasị eji 20 million naira ha na-achịrị wagide anyị. Abakari na Owurugba na olu nne m abịaba jiri ya na Sunday were onye ike egbuwacha geeti ha bada n'ụlọ ha gburucha ngwongwo ha niile. Kemgbe Sunday nwanne m nwaanyị anyị ahụbeghị anya ya site ka people nọkwa na-akpọ na na-akpagharị ya gaa ebe ha nwere tenant house gara eme some tenant arrest na ya property government ebe court enyebeghị ha judgment. Ana m arụ ndị Igbo nwe m arụkwana gọvanọ Hope Uzodimma biko o nwekwa ikwuru ụbọchị ole gara aga sị na ihe bịara awụ ichekwa ndụ na akụnụba ndị Imo. Gọvanọ biko ama m na ị ga-agwa Abakari okwu onweghị anyị mere aka anyị dị ọcha kemgbe anyị chịpụta ụwa famili anyị niile ha nwere aka ọrụ. Nna anyị nwụrụ mgbe anyị dị ntakịrị onye ọbụla na-agba mbọ ya erere mpịa ọta na Owerri agba ọkada mgbara wuke m moto m enwere moto abụọ bifo nwanne nwoke akpata ego onwe ya n'ụkpọrọ ibe na aka ba ma enwere m shop na aka m na-ere electrical parts ma were electrical engineer by profession before ma pụọ ga gbakwa mba another place lọta. Gọvanọ biko ndị Imo nwe m Naijiria nwe m ndị Igbo nwe m biko obodo ahụ obodo anyị ndị mmadụ ejile Abakari ejile na ọwụ onye uwe ojii DCP ọwụ bụ na maka na o ji egbe ị na-achọ itiri wagide anyị ya na aka anyị adịghị ọcha ya na aka Imo steeti aka ndị ngo Okoronkwo adịghị ọcha ya hapụga ka kọt otu akpọpụrụ anyị kọt ka kọt si n'aka anyị adịghị ọcha ahụ na-achọ igbu anyị egbu anyị egbu onwe onye ga-eri ego nwanne ya kpatara asị na ọwụ ihe ọjọọ.
Unu ka nọ n'ụlọ ikpe ka ọ dị
a nọ n'ụlọ ikpe na Federal High Court
ha abịakwa na-anwụchigharị
anyị.
Adị mma anyị agaghị achọ ka ịma o nwere ka anyị ga-esi kwuo okwu a ejiri iwe kwue mana eji m n'aka na ndị ọ dị n'aka anụla ihe nwanne anyị nwoke kwuru.
If you are not satisfied with that, I will now play for you a lawyer. This one is a lawyer, a barrister who is investigating, who have written petition on this very Abakari. Yet the government of Muhammadu Buhari, corrupt government of Muhammadu Buhari, insists on keeping him. They never answered the petition till date. Hear from the lawyer.
To the cases before them and so on and so forth.
Yes, so you petitioned a panel set up after the protests against a particular police officer, Abakari. Why did you do that, sir?
Yeah, you see, yes, it is an interesting case. And I think it's going to be an eye-opener. And you can see that immediately I submitted my petition, everybody showed interest because Abakari is an officer that has been overrated by the generality of the people. And you can see after my petition, no less than 5 to 6 to 7 petitions have been written against him. Are all of them lying? There's what they call evidence of similar character in law. Now, when you look at the way things are carried out, you will see that one way or the other, in the sack of rumor, truth lies somewhere. So, we have done the petition. He has said, oh, the guy is a criminal, the guy is a fraudster. If he says that is defense, or is purported defense, it's even a proof to the demand of the NSAS. Because what people are saying is that you say you are SAS. SAS means Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Your jurisdiction is only limited to robbery cases. Yeah. Now, you are saying this instance, and a petition has been written against you, that you extorted, you maltreated a particular citizen. Yeah. You are now saying the person is a fraudster, which means you have proved their case. You have no right over fraud. over fraud cases. That alone has made him to be guilty. We have read a lot of allegations. If he's so sure of himself, we want to see him at the panel, but I think he might not come. But if he's so sure of himself, he has the right to also sue us for libel or defamation. If he's so sure that this thing is a lie, he ought to have sued us by now.
So I heard he took your client's ATM. So he took your client's ATM and spent the money. So how true is that?
No, he did not only take the client. What he did, it was at a particular night. He took the client. They have, a lot of things, dirty details. When they are threatening the guy, according to my client, what he told me, that where they took him to a particular place, they have just killed some people. He joined about 3 or 4 people to pack dead bodies into the car, which they deposed at night. Now, when he has seen that, they now say, call your wife now and tell her to disengage your lawyer. We want to help you to settle this case. Let them come so that we can settle this matter. When the wife now called me around 9:30 in the night, that sir, the police called me and said, this is that. I said, that they said I should not call you, and my wife was crying that I should not bring lawyer. That what do you think will happen? I said, police must have been torturing him. So, and what will happen? When he got there, exactly what I said was what happened. One, they collected 3 checks from him while in their custody. 3 checks of 150,000, issued it to a particular person. After that check, now when they did that, they collected the check. They went and withdrew the money, 450,000 in tranches of 150, 3 times. Now, after that, they took his ATM, collected the password under duress, took it to the various withdrawing centers, withdrew the money. We have all the evidence. Now, they have done all this to the guy. They collected. Later, the guy called, I visited him. I said, then they now took him to another bank. On getting to the bank, they say, oh yeah, unfreeze this money. This is Mr. Obi. He's the owner of the money in your account. Transfer the money to him. The guy said, I have not met this man before. Yes, they say you cannot know him, but it's his money. You understand? He transferred the 41 million naira to the guy's account.
Who joined in packing the dead bodies?
My client, Mr. Afis Majid. And you can see the account the guy gave was similar to the account given by one woman in Enugu, that they killed her husband and asked her to go and marry another person. There are the incidences of that. I can tell you there are a lot of incidents like that.
Which were true.
Yes, if they are sure that we lie, let them sue us for libel or defamation. We have put the thing in the DC. Is qualified for defamation and libel. If Abba Kyari is sure that it's a super court that they call him, let him take us to court. He has the right to do that. So if he has not done that, what he is saying that the guy is a fraudster. That shows that he has overstepped his bound because your jurisdiction is on fraud. It's on robbery. That alone has proved the allegation made by NSAS people that you see people on the road because of their hairstyle, you say they are Yahoo. Yeah. Does your jurisdiction go to Yahoo? You see a fraudster, it's for special fraud unit or EFCC to do, not a special anti-robbery, police. So this is the issue. He admitted in his newspaper conference or whatever, press conference. He said the guy is a fraudster. So do you have right? The question to now ask him is, does he have right over a fraudster, a fraud case?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, that's true. So thank you very much, Mr. Kabir. We'll be going on a short break. So join us, we'll be right back.
With all this evidence everywhere, still somebody will come out and be talking about one Nigeria. Somebody, a Southerner, will still come out and talk about one Nigeria. May God have mercy on you. Thank God for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank God for Sunday Igboho. These 2 lights have shined from the southern part of Nigeria. It is left for you. If you want to remain blind, that is up to you. Every eyes is open in the southern part of Nigeria, and the southern part of Nigeria is united, working in unity. You have to belong somewhere. You have to join the Southerners to fight your way out. Even if you're from the north, if you're from the middle belt, join the Southerners to fight your way out. This is the time of freedom. The only thing we can demand for is referendum. Referendum to save life. Referendum to have a good life. Referendum to save the indigenous people of that country from called Nigeria. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will come. May Chukwu Okike Abịama continue to protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike Abịama strengthen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike Abịama give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu long life and prosperity wherever he is. May Chukwu Okike Abịama continue to guide Sunday Igboho, prosper Sunday Igboho, save him from the captivity wherever he is. They will emerge, and very soon Biafra will come, Ududua will come, and we will all celebrate together. Thank you for watching, and remember blessed. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.